Welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and this, my friends, is the Thunder Show, aka the internet's most passionate wine program, and it is a phenomenal Monday morning. Chris, I didn't even call you Mott. Think about what kind of mood I'm in right now. There's a lot of people who don't. That was the first time I've ever called you Chris on the show.
People don't know that's my first name.
There you go. We're off to a banging start. Listen, I'm in a tremendous mood for many different reasons. First and foremost, the health of my family. But right behind that, a huge, just ginormous Jets victory on Sunday. I am in a tremendous mood about that. I'm in a very exciting mood about Wine Library TV. Obviously, we had an iconic show on Thursday with Jancis Robinson. We've got to add that to the favorites on the right side. We're going to do that. I want to apologize to all the people about the spit bucket situation, and the bottles in front of guests. I'm always trying. I promise I'll be better. Next time I'm going to give the guest the spit bucket. 2 spit buckets. There's just not a lot of room here, except when the Jets win, we make room. But I hope you enjoyed the show. I know a lot of you did. And I want to continue with fun stuff. Before that, we did Baden, German Pinots. We're continuing the exploration, getting in a little bit more in-depth, obviously by having Jancis here. We enjoyed that quite a bit. And now we're going to move on to a subject matter that I like quite a bit, and that is talking about Chablis. Chablis is very interesting to me for many different reasons. By the way, Leon was unreal. Did you guys see the play where Leon stepped out of bounds and picked up? I've never seen that. 17 years, man. Dragging the foot. It was unbelievable. 1982, 25 years I've watched football, and I've never, ever seen anything quite like that. Anyway, Chablis got an interesting rap. This is what a lot of people think about when they think about Chablis. And that's the problem. That really hurt Chablis in the U.S. over the last 30 years. This big-ass jug completely created opportunity for you and I. And what I mean by that is that because of that big jug, and because that's what people thought about when they thought about Chablis, the real Chablis in France have been really marred by that from a marketing business standpoint. Really tough for them to break into the market. And demand the price points that these wines deserve. To me, Chablis, which is 100 miles north of Beaune, so because of their high northern elevation, you get much more acidic, mineral-driven white wines, a lot less oak being used for that reason, because they really want to accentuate the characteristics of their terroir. So you have a lot more stainless steel action going out in Chablis, classified in 1938, Mott. These wines tend to be much more acid-driven and less fruit-driven, less oak and apple-driven. And because of these factors, these wines, for me, tend to be probably the most interesting and exciting wines to pair with food. Right in there with Riesling. The acid, which if you become a wine head, a wine nerd, you come and hang out with me in the Wine Nerd Cave, when we go into outfits, talked about that later, you really started getting addicted to acid. And that, my friends, is what you look for in white wines. And that, my friends, is why I think Chablis is really one of the great unknown, underappreciated, overlooked areas in the world. Now, the dollar, weakness of the dollar, have made these wines go up in price, but still, we're getting world-class wines at $20 a bottle. We'll get into that. 17,000 acres planted in Chablis, Mott, which is a big ass number. And there are 4 breakdown classifications of Chablis. You start with Petit Chablis, then you get into Chablis, then you get into Premier Cru Chablis, and then you get into Grand Cru Chablis, Mott. So we've got 2 Premier Cru, and that's what you see when you see the 1ER or the IER right here. And I'll show you right here again, or it just spells it out. Premier Cru Chablis, 1,900 acres. In Premier Cru Chablis, 79 different Premier Crus. So, for example, this Premier Cru, you'll see Chablis Premier Cru, and you'll see La Forêt. You see that, Mott? And this is one of the other 79 Premier Cru vineyards, one of the most famous, right here, Valion. So that's what you see. Sometimes you'll just see it say just Chablis, that's entry level. Then you'll see Premier Cru, that's one of the 79 Premier Cru vineyards. And then the name of that Premier Cru vineyard is right here. Then finally, we get into the Grand Cru, where there's only 250 acres planted. You see that right there? Grand Cru Mott, you see that? And there's only 7 different vineyards, this being one of them, Val d'Isere, right here. And so these get more expensive. For example, this is 64 bones, while these are in the 20s. So, Petit Chablis, which is real entry level. Chablis is really where you want to shop. But the prices of Premier Cru Chablis are very fair. Again, 79 vineyards, about 1,900 acres planted to that. And then finally, Grand Cru, 250 acres, 7 different vineyards. Kicking a little knowledge today, Mott. Little lessons. Let's start getting a little nerdy up in here, I think. You know, got a lot more episodes to go. But I'm still going to bring the thunder, my friends. Let's get into the first wine. Domaine Bernard Defoe, 2006, Chablis Premier Cru, Valion. This wine rolls in at 20 American dollars, and it's 88 points, 88 to 90 points. Alan Meadows, the Berghound, who is a very strong critic, connoisseur, reviewer, however you want to call it, of Burgundian wines. He's done a nice job. I give him a lot of credit. He's done a good job branding that. And I like him. Don't know him, but I like him from afar. My eyes adore it. Okay, anyway, sniffy sniff time. I know some of the people hate that when I do that, but that's what I do. You can't run away from your DNA. Let's give a little bit of sniffy sniff. Now, it's coming through with a little bit of like a, almost like a, it actually smells like a wooden box. You know, like the wooden wine boxes, like smoked wood coming through a little bit on the nose for me here, which is quite interesting and nice. I do get a little sense of gravel, like unpaved driveway coming through. The rocks are bouncing up and nicking your car. Also get a little hint of pear. Very pretty nose. I've been a big fan traditionally of Bernard Defoe. I think he's a very good producer. Premier Cru, 20 bucks. I mean, very fair pricing. Let's give it a whirl. Again, the first thing you're going to notice, right off the bat, whatever that means, is that there is really not that gooey, oaky, buttery, caramel, butterscotch, buttered popcorn thing you get so much from New World, and maybe even some from Burgundy. I don't want to make this New World, Old World thing anymore, which I'm bad at doing, so I'm going to try to close that gap a little bit. But you get a very crisp, concise, focused Chardonnay. And now, a lot of people know that I've pounded, and a lot of people think that I'm pretty down on I don't know why. I'm down on California Chardonnay. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to try to do California Chardonnay on Wednesday. We have to do the election pack tomorrow, so big ups. Tomorrow, the election pack, we'll open it up, we'll drink together. Big day. This is when America separates itself. I hate it. I hate that I have to be blue or red, Mott. Why can't we just be purple? Ooh. I just really think that California Chardonnays are a lot, I'm more into them than I think I've put out there, because some people have said on the forums that I'm anti-California Chardonnay, which is not true. I'm just anti-overt oak, and so we'll see if we can find some crisp, clean, focused, or balanced. Even a lot of oak is fine with me. If you can balance it with the acidity, knock yourself out. Anyway, Bernard Defoe, very clean, very crisp. There's a really nice, light, focused apple flavor going on. Good acidity, not great. It gets a little flabby in the mid-palate for me, but well-made Chardonnay, more food-friendly than a lot of Chardonnays. Good length, good balance. Just a solid bottle of Chardonnay. Nothing to go too crazy about. I'm going to go 89 points. I think it's fine. I think it's solid. 20 bones. A very fair price given the Euro-US conversion, but I think there's other wines I'd rather have out there at the same price point, so I'm kind of meh on it. I just expected a little bit more, so I'm a little disappointed, but it is classic, typical, atypical of Chablis, and definitely, you know, if you're looking to expand your palate, never had a Chablis before, you see this, you definitely don't have to run away from it like it's Poltergeist. You know what I mean, Matt? So, let's move on. Domaine Pinson, 2006 Chablis, La Forêt, Premier Cru, $25.10. 88 to 90 points. Alan Meadows again. Seems like he likes that range. Again, Pinson, a producer that I've spent a lot of time following and enjoying. And so I've been drinking his Chablis since the 96 vintage. That's a decade. That makes me sad. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. Much tighter nose. First thing that comes to my mind is ocean. Just a crisp, freshness coming across. Definitely a tighter nose. I do get a little bit more, though, like muddy, like poopy rock. Kind of like digging up rocks from a cow field. So there's like poop's been landing on it a lot. So it gets a little earthy here. Really interesting example of like fresh lemon coming through. A little zesty fresh lemon coming through in the nose. But all in all, a little tired, a little tight. Let's give it a whirl. Solid acid, more than the last wine, which I like. Again, makes it much more food friendly to me in that opinion. Good structured backbone. Has a nice tightness, very fresh. Vibrant flavors of stone and gravel again. With maybe like dinya, which is a Russian word for cantaloupe. So a little cantaloupe-y kind of thing going on here. Definitely more creamy and textured than the last one. Has a little more oomph, a little more body, a little bit more muscle mass. Like comparing me to somebody normal person that actually has muscles. So, really nice wine. I like this a little bit more. It's got a little bit more going on. I get a little herbaceous kick on the back end, which is kind of neat. Almost like, not herbaceous, let me take that back, I'm sorry. Hay. Almost like a hay component. A little straw action in my mouth. And I'm not bothered. I'm gonna give it one more shot. I like it. It's a very good Chablis. It's a little bit more interesting than the last wine. It's a little bit better, so I'm going to go 90 plus points on this wine. I think it's a very well structured Chablis, and I'm pretty into it. Good work. I like it, Matt. Pretty good. All right, and finally, again, now this is really interesting. I got to give Joseph Drouhin a lot of credit. They actually own 7 acres in Grand Cru, and since there's only 250 acres made, Mott, it's a really nice number for Joseph Drouhin as a brand. And they now this is so not 7 acres within Val d'Isere. Val d'Isere is a 32-acre Grand Cru plot, but they own 7 acres within the Grand Cru realm, some of which is in the Val d'Isere. Again, only 7 Grand Cru vineyards, Val d'Isere being one of them. This wine rolls in at $64 US. So when they get to Grand Cru, they are not bashful about their pricing. 90 to 93 points. Alan Meadows, a big score from him. He's a very tough critic. I'm dying to try this. Mott, let's give it a whirl. But first, a snippy sniff. Oh man, what a different feeling on a Monday morning with a big Jets victory. I mean, Buffalo, it was a big win. Now, this wine is extremely aromatic and exotic on the nose. Right off the top, I get a very interesting sense of mangoes covered in light butter spray, like the tss. So there is a little kind of oaky kind of thing going on here. You like the nose?
A little, yeah. Definitely smell the oak.
A little bit. Nothing too crazy. No oak monster. Maybe oak baby. Kind of thing going on. Oh, God, I got to rewatch that. But definitely a gorgeous amount of mango and tropical fruit coming through on the nose, which is quite interesting. I also get a flinty bluestone action thing going on the nose, which I'm appreciating and enjoying quite a bit. Nice. Let's give it a whirl. The electricity that this wine brings to your palate out the get-go is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely rich and complex, gorgeous fruit. I mean, just bouncing all around. I actually get a little bit of banana on the initial attack, which I'm enjoying quite a bit. You get that? If you look at my tasting notes from the spreadsheet from Gary's scores up there, that by the way, SS Chris has done an amazing job, and we thank him very much for handling. You will see banana does not come out often out of my mouth, but this explodes with ripe green banana flavors. A little hint of mango, great acid throughout, just polished mod. Again, remember, we're having it at room temperature, so you're going to feel a little more heat, but as soon as you chill it, that will go away. Great roundness, very complex. This is a bang-up Chablis. I can see why Alan went so excited with it. This wine does not fool around. It's got absolutely layers and layers, days and days of absolute complexity, fruit, minerality, and a just rounded out, polished, balanced Chablis. I'm feeling this quite a bit. I'm going to go on the high side, Alan Meadows, who actually scored all 3 of these. I'm going 93 points on this bottle. I think this is spectacular. It's pushing my envelope a little bit too much. You know, just a hair. You know, it's pushing my wallet just a hair. You know, kind of like the football that we play. But sometimes you got to kick. I mean, this is an absolutely phenomenal bottle of Chardonnay, my friends, a grape that is completely underrated, and we're going to be focusing on more and more because I want to get the conversation going. Sure, it's fun to talk about the nerd stuff, but we got to talk about brands we know, like Chardonnay, or grapes that we know when they're doing and putting out great products around the world. This is a perfect example. This was a really good show. I was definitely expecting a clunk or two. We've gone over 3 on shows like this. This went the flip side. This is like 2.5, and that's a really nice show, Mott, on a very happy day. And I promise you, did all these wines score a point higher because the Jets win? Yes, but that's okay. Let's give a couple shout-outs. Big congratulations to Michael Nortledge. Happy wedding this last weekend. That's exciting. And happy birthday to Megan Okimoto, and Torben Rolfson, who's been a long-time fan of the Thunder Show. Other than that, question of the day. You know, I haven't talked to you guys in a while. I miss you. What are you guys drinking? What's going on with you guys? I'm curious. Like, what are you up to? What are you drinking? What are you up to in your wine drinking experience? What's your go-to drink? What are you drinking? What are you drinking? How many different ways can I ask that? Other than that, really excited. Thunder Cruise have a meeting right now, adding a lot of wineries to Thunder Cruise. Mott, link that up. Mott, link up the Election Day pack too. Let them watch that video. If you guys don't know what's happening tomorrow, you will enjoy it, and hopefully we can get you on board to the next Election Days. When I tell Mott to link it up, that means I scroll down and you can do that. Also, you might notice on the right side of WineLibraryTV.com, we've added the little iTunes icon. I think it makes it look pretty, Christopher. And other than that, doing well. Excited about the cruise, Mott. Excited about that. Hopefully more people will join. We're doing well with that. It's selling very well considering the slowed economy. I think people need a retreat. I'm also going to talk about social media and marketing. I've decided now in Thunder Cruise. A couple of talks about that. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the show. If you're still sticking around and watching me blabber, a couple of the things I want to tell you. Number 1, the New York Jets are making me very, very happy. Number 2, enjoy the election tomorrow. I came from a place where you weren't allowed to vote. Don't underestimate how powerful that is. And I was born in Russia. And I thank you guys for supporting the show and allowing me to do it every day. Otherwise, Mott would be kicked to the curb, and I would be bagging Pinot Grigios at the register. So thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. You, with a little bit of me, we're changing the wine world.